Yes, yes. People, welcome back to the post-session bollocks podcast with myself, JP Law, and with the one, the only, your favorite autistic bodybuilder, Mr.
This
Morgan
time with a big
Phillips.
head.
You do have a big head, man.
Yeah, but look how like symmetrical it is. I won't hear you for a sec. Fucking good it is. Probably still hear me if I speak into these. Look
Yeah,
at it.
yeah.
It's fucking class.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty symmetrical, mate.
Is that fucking good head like?
That is a good head,
Fucking good
mate.
head.
You do have like
I know.
have you ever seen Pinky in the Brain?
No, I've not seen Pinky in the Brain. Has he got a
No.
big fucking head?
He's got a massive head.
Oh, but yeah.
But it's like
Right.
he's got a normal face and then his head goes out because he's got a massive brain. Now, I'm not saying yours is because you have a massive brain, but, you know. Anyway.
Massive brain full of stupid shit.
Anyway,
That's what's
bro,
going on out there.
let's get into it. Now, I will let the viewers know, we actually just recorded like 20 minutes of the podcast, but my Wi-Fi was being such a cunt that we had to start again because I was
20
losing my
minutes of
head.
shots like this. Frozen on the
Just-
screen.
So yeah, my focus now is better. Now the beauty is I'm sat 2 foot away from my Wi-Fi router. So if my Wi-Fi does go, I'm gonna fucking rip it off the wall and lose my head. So hopefully things go well here, mate. I'm a calm guy, but this is pushing me, bro. It's so annoying. Anyway.
You'll be as red as his fucking top.
I've actually caught the sun so much the last few days since I've been walking to the gym, man, and since the sun's been out. Obviously, it's so nice, bro. Anyway, so we're gonna start this podcast as we did the last one with kind of 2 new bits that we go through just to promote some positivity, because I think we're gonna probably put out a lot of negativity and abuse people and whatnot. So we're just trying to create like an equilibrium, a balance.
It's pretty fair.
So we start with a quote, and then we'll actually talk about something positive / something we're grateful for since the last podcast. So Morgan, hit us with your quote, mate, and what it means to you.
You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Now, who is by? I'm Scooby.
Preach.
I just think it exists, right? Now that quote, what it means to me, it means backing up your bullshit, right? It means if you're giving it this one, you've got to give it a big one as well at the same time. Because if you ain't going to give it a big one, you just look like a twat running his mouth. Simple as that, right? You are what you do, not what you'll say you'll do. You're not the person that you want to be just because you say you're going to do it. You're the person that's too scared to do it, is what you are.
Mate, that's powerful. And your delivery, it was fucking unbelievable, mate. You had me on the edge of my seat.
I know. I've thought about motivational speaking, you know. I might do it.
Yeah, mate. Your delivery is very good. It's your speed of talking and the pauses are well placed. I like it. I've got time for it, bro.
That's just my brain thinking what I say next.
It's you trying to read. It's you trying to decipher what your drawings actually mean in words. Sick, man. So yeah, I think that's a really good quote, man, and I think that applies to bodybuilding, life, fucking everything.
Everything.
Do you know who said that quote?
I don't. I said it, but I don't know who said it for me.
Morgan Phillips, 2026.
Exactly. We'll go with that.
So mine was, mate, a Gordon Ramsay quote: "Never fear a storm. Learn to dance in the rain."
It was actually Ryan Gosling.
It was actually Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling said that.
What's his character called? What's his character called in Notebook? You'll know.
Noah.
Noah. Oh, that's awful.
It's Noah and Ali. Noah and Ali.
Mate,
Right?
so a quick story about the name Noah. My ex-girlfriend, her sister-in-law, so her brother and sister-in-law would do a kid, and they had picked a boy's name, but they didn't want to tell anyone. because they didn't want it to like anyone to ruin it or to like ruin the whole experience. But when he was drunk, he told me that they were going to call his kid Noah. And I was like, dude, that's an awful idea. And he's like, why? I was like, if your kid's fat like you, they'll call him Noah the Ark. So it's safe to say the kid isn't called Noah.
No, you will call him Noah the Ark. That's what you meant.
But the kid was never called Noah, and we never found out why.
I don't know it either. I don't know why.
Yeah, so my quote, man, I actually seen it on a like an interview with Gordon Ramsay, and I think it's just really cool because I think people talk about, like you always see the positive sides of people's journey, but he was telling a story about like when he was trying to come up as a chef and working like 18-hour days, not sleeping, this and that. But like he was saying, like, they never fear a storm, learn to dance in the rain. You're going to have shit times in life. If you want to do anything, you need to be able to thrive in the shit times.
Absolutely.
And that's a good segue because if anyone's thriving in shit times right now, it's my co-host, Mr. Morgan Phillips. We won't go too much into it, but life has thrown you a couple of curveballs, hasn't it, mate?
A couple of curveballs, aye, indeed. And you just gotta. My best advice is for anyone that's having those curveballs thrown at you. Well, someone's got it worse than you.
Yeah.
In that moment, the best thing you can tell yourself and remind yourself is, no matter how I'm feeling right now, God forbid how someone worse off than me right now is feeling, and someone's been in a worse position than you and come out well ahead of where you think you can ever be off the back of that position too.
Yeah. It's a good mindset to have, man.
Life's like a pendulum, right? It'll keep going, momentum will carry it, but it's going to go through its low times and its high times. And when it hits its high times, it's inevitably coming back down here. Inevitable. Doesn't matter how good it is up here, something's going to bring it back down, and it's just going to keep going. And you've got to learn to ride the pendulum, people.
Mate, your analogy there reminded me of a family friend we have. We actually call him like our uncle, my sister and I. Not my stepsister that I shagged, my actual sister that I've never shagged or never will, because that's wrong. But you went like, I remember being at his dad's funeral with him to like show support. Didn't really know his dad, and I was like, "Oh, sorry sorry about your loss, mate." Blah blah blah. And he's just like, swings and roundabouts, son. And that's all he says. When shit hits the fan, he just goes, swings and roundabouts. And I was like, that's such a good mindset. He's just like, fuck it.
You got to. It's hard to have that mindset. It's hard to have it, especially if you're being thrown one of those curveballs you've not been, that's not been delivered to you before. When it's the first time you're in this specific situation, we've all been low over the same thing recurring. Let's call that behavior pattern induced, right? But those ones that you can't control and you've never had to deal with before, right? It's so hard to see the positive in the moment, and you just want to, rip a door off its hinges. You want to kick the fucking wardrobe in. You want to lose your shit. You want to cry a lot, But it's so important in those moments that you control yourself and you just remember that, you got to go to bed, wake up, and start again. And whatever's coming at you tomorrow isn't necessarily the same shit that hit you yesterday. And you just keep going. It's all you can do.
100%, man. And you alluded to it just a short while ago, man. Like, perception's everything, and 50 years ago, people didn't have fucking hot water to have a shower. And like, I guarantee everyone who watches this podcast, me and you step in the shower once, twice a day, wherever it might be. And like, we just take that for granted. We've all hit the lottery in terms of when we're born. There's been billions of people in existence, and we've been born, we're around now. We live like kings and queens, mate, and people don't realize it. We, like, calorically, we've never been better off. People have never eaten more food. People have never had such luxury. Like, you can turn on Netflix and find like 1 million films. You know, you can type,
Exactly.
mate, you can find naked women on your phone with 2 clicks. Like, life has never been better, mate.
I don't participate in those activities, Josh. My
Neither do
girlfriend
I.
watches this, and
Neither
I
do
don't
I,
do it.
because, mate, look at these photos. That is a loving husband who does not participate in that activity. Anyway, bro, on to our next segment. What's something you are grateful for / positive this week? And I know it's been a really tough week for you, mate. So, yeah, don't envy
Yeah.
you trying to think of this.
This week, what I'm grateful for is within my relationship dynamic, guys. I got a girlfriend that's completely crazy. I'm the rock. I'm the rock of the relationship. Okay, and we've been spoken about it
Mm.
this week about how she's been the rock. She's like, I don't know what to do. I'm the rock. What? I've been looking after you. What? She's completely in a new territory, right? She's in a new territory where she's been my rock through quite a deal, the last couple
Yeah.
of weeks, and
Can
she's been brilliant.
I have a question, sir.
Go for it.
Do you know now that she's the rock and you're like not the rock, whatever the opposite
Right.
of the rock is? Does that mean
The pedal.
yeah? Does that mean she fucks you now? She like straps on and like does you?
No, but she gives me a tip now. She's like, there you go, sweetheart.
Well done. Go, chucks you a towel. Go clean yourself.
Did you take Apple Pay? Right.
PayPal in 3. Fucking love it. Cool, man.
No,
No,
she's
that's a
been
good.
my absolute rock. Yeah,
Ah, mate,
fair
that's a
play.
good one, man.
That's what I'm grateful for. Josh, what are you grateful for?
Oh, so
Other than the
we've
internet for naked women.
mate, right now I'm just grateful that I got fucking full Wi-Fi and we can actually do this podcast.
I'm grateful for that too, actually. I'm
Yeah,
very
because
grateful.
that was a nightmare, bro. No, I'm grateful for a couple of things, man. Well, more than a couple, but 2 in particular. So one, since we last done a podcast, it's been my wife and I 3rd wedding anniversary, which is wild because that time has absolutely flown by.
Poor woman.
And yes, yeah, she deserves a medal, mate. Absolute medal. Mate, so actually, so a lot of people I work with, a lot of clients I work with, what I tend to see with a lot of people is just how unsupportive their partners are. So like,
Incredibly.
yeah, and like they like telling me how their partners are complaining to them, oh, you're always doing this, you're always doing that, like not supporting their
Can
goals.
you
And
just have some of this? Can't you just have a bit? Oh, is it really going to make a big difference?
yeah,
Like,
or like
oh,
you going to the gym again, you going out to do steps again, you doing this, you doing that, and it's now don't get me wrong, I do feel like if you've got a busy life, career, partner, kids, you do need to be smart how you go about things, and you're probably gonna have to sacrifice a little sleep. That's what I do to squeeze everything in. It's the only way I can get everything in, but like it just blows my mind, man. It blows my mind how unsupported people's partners are, and I'm not sure if it's like an envious thing where they see their partner starting to thrive, so it makes them look inwardly towards themselves, or if they're worried that their partner's gonna like I don't know leave them for someone else. I have no idea, mate. But I'm grateful that like my wife has always been incredibly supportive. Like when I started my business, so I'd be like up at 4 or 3:34. I'd go train, home by 7, in work for 8, work 8 till 4, home at 5. I would coach like 5 till 8, 5 till 9. My wife was like doing everything around the house, even though she had a full-time job and career. She was cooking all my meals for me. She'd be bringing up my meals, like absolutely everything. Like on a Sunday, then I would just do nothing. I'd work 6 days a week flat out, like 4 a.m. till 8, 9 p.m. On a Sunday, I would do nothing, and not once she ever complained about it. We'd go for lunch and stuff like that, but like I wasn't going for like a hike or anything like that, or nothing strenuous. And mate, just nothing but supportive.
can Amy cook my meals too? Can you cook my
if
meals?
if
Drop them off?
if you if you move in, mate, don't see why not, bro.
You don't want me to move in, mate. You
Mate,
don't want that.
I'll happily have you move in, but you'll have to babysit the baby twice a week.
Oh no, I'd be my kid, mate. I'd be my new best mate. Honestly, I'm gonna
Uncle
go find
Morg.
all your growth. I'm gonna go get all your growth, right? I'm gonna get the prodigy rolling early, bro. It's only gonna prick a little, only a little.
Miss Olympia 2042.
Literally,
That's fucking wild, man.
fucking
Yeah,
hell.
so, yeah, I'm grateful, obviously grateful for my wife, man, 3-year anniversary. She'll enjoy that kind of shout out as well. Um, Mate, I'm also grateful for Chinese growth hormone, which is really cheap, and I'm very, very happy. So, yeah,
I'm grateful
life
for
on
this
all
too.
fronts. Yes, you will be soon.
This,
We'll sort something out.
that,
Um,
I blocked capitals. My reply to this earlier. I blocked capitals, guys. I
yeah,
was like Chinese growth hormone.
I could really, really sense your enthusiasm with it, man. Um,
Yeah, there's only one upgrade from that, and that's Russian growth hormone. You
Russian
know,
growth hormone. That's probably spenny though, mate. That's probably going to cost some bare dollar.
oh,
Um,
like you just turn into Ivan Drago overnight. Just
he was a
oh.
fucking beast, mate. Cool. So we don't actually have any topics we want to talk about specifically, unless you've thought of something, mate, as we've been kind of chatting away. Um, you didn't get question box up either, did you?
Oh, I've been back to back. Today I've been
Mate.
back to back. Today's been a crazy day. Today's been today's been one of them. I should have put it up yesterday. I did not foresee what today would hold for me.
Mate, I think, yeah. Well, let's just say the viewers are welcome that I'm here, and I'm doing it for the team, bro. I'm doing the work,
You are doing it for the team. You
mate.
are doing it for the fucking team.
I've got some really good questions, mate. So I reckon we just make this not a super long podcast, because I've already wasted 20 minutes of Morgan's time with shit Wi-Fi, and I was actually moving my desk along my fucking office, which I am put back. So when my wife comes home and goes upstairs, she's gonna be like, "Why the fuck have you moved your desk?"
And
So
then he's gonna have to fucking
basic.
move it back and he'll be tired again. That's cardio for Josh, guys. It really is, right? That's a 230 beat per minute heart rate. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Oh, that's worrying. So, mate, we'll go into questions in a bit, but I reckon you give everyone a quick update on what's going on bodybuilding wise with Morgan.
So Josh has basically forced me into the least fun part of any bodybuilder's journey. It's called a health phase, right? And basically, it's when we take consideration for like internal well-being, right? And we forget about Morgan's mental well-being because it doesn't fucking matter, right? And we let him get small and fat, and we make it all shit, and we make him sub-natural, right? And yeah, like my it's it's the gayest part of bodybuilding. It really is. And to be
Yeah.
honest, he doesn't know about the secret super droll that I'm just using on a daily to keep me going. But he's got me down to like, you know, he's put me as low as like 650 milligram, and it's just shit.
Behave.
Like I was like,
For anyone,
cruising at like a careful 4.5 grams, you know, and he's just
behave,
brought it
mate.
down to 650, and I hate
Oh.
my life. And he's actually the root of all problems in my life. And bodybuilding sucks. I cry myself to sleep, and I pray. I just pray.
In reality, Morgan's in TRT prison, 150 meg of test per week, and that is it.
It's fucking prison. It's
It
fucking
is prison.
prison.
I agree, bro, but it's necessary. Um, but prep will be starting soon, my man. Do not
My
worry.
bra size is already smaller.
You
Like,
can afford to lose a size or two there, bro. Don't stress.
bro, leave those cups alone. No, in all
Yeah,
seriousness,
so
guys, we're teeing myself up, ready for prep to begin in about 7, 8 weeks.
it's not even that now, mate.
It's not even that, six. That's 6 weeks.
No, I
Whew,
think it'll be like 5.5 weeks.
that's pretty
I think
much
that's
six,
spot
George.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but 5.5 weeks. We're gonna start prep, and again, it's road to Olympia, guys. Like I said, you know,
One and done, baby. Pro qual,
this is
pro
it.
show, Olympia.
So we're
3
just going to keep
shows.
this health phase 650 megs and the super droll. And then basically we're just going to go that's 7 grams, of,
7 grams.
yeah, we're going to go 7 grams and just
Mate,
full blown.
imagine pinning 7 grams of gear.
That's probably like 3 jabs a fucking day. Like,
Yeah, I can't even think.
it's gotta be.
Imagine like a Mastron where it's like 150 meg per mil. That's,
Ooh.
that's, that's a lot, bro.
Right,
So,
that's
yeah.
tasty.
So think
Yeah,
10 mil. 10 mil would be 1,500 meg of androgen load. That is wild. Obviously, that's per week, but still.
that's just death protocol. That's death protocol.
Death protocol. That is death protocol.
That is death
Um,
protocol, yeah, literally. So yeah, the plan is just to cruise out these next 5.5 weeks, guys, and maintain what muscle we can. Let's face it, I'm gonna get massive in these 5.5 weeks. I'm just gonna turn my tism up a bit. I'm just gonna go against science and all the rules that apply to it. All that shit. Okay.
yeah.
And then prep begins, and it's gonna. I'm excited for the season, guys. I'm really excited for the
Oh,
season. I'm really
super,
excited
super
to
fucking
see.
excited.
Yeah, I just want to see my glutes dialed in.
Mm.
I just want to see those dialed in glutes. I just love looking at my shredded glutes. Shredded glutes. Shredded glutes. Shredded
Yeah,
glutes.
yeah, yeah. Your rear
I want to
glute
sit on a
spread
seat.
pose.
Yeah. I want to look at a seat and be scared of sitting on it. That's what I want. I want to look at that
Like when
seat and
you
go,
when you move your ass along the seat, it like makes a noise because like it's like a
yeah,
cheese grater, so it's like.
literally.
Yeah,
When I
well,
get that
you'll
shredded,
probably
I
get there.
generally crack my eggs with my ass as well, just to,
You'll probably get there in like
just to
four
make good
weeks as well,
use.
bro. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
Morgan.
you know
He's in
what? We probably
a health
will.
phase.
Mm,
He's
yeah, the
currently in a
prep's
health
going to be
phase.
too much.
We've
It's going to be.
we've brought down training volume considerably, just to obviously manage recovery. Food's
He
gone up
has.
as well the
I
last
haven't.
couple of weeks. Don't say that. So yeah, wait. The really cool thing is here as well. Like when you get back on cycle, then we can obviously increase training volume, and you're gonna grow muscle in the first half of the prep for sure. So that's really exciting. So yeah, fuck knows what body
I'm
weight you'll be
confident.
the time stage comes. What's your cap? Amateur cap.
Gosh, at 191.
Well, no, but yeah,
Yeah,
so you'll still
because
be a good, you'll still be a good bit under that. But like I think another off season you'll be very close. Like another 1 year off season, you'll
yeah,
be very close to that then. So we're in a good spot.
thing is, we got to,
Um,
and without blowing, I'm not blowing smoke in my ass at all here, at all. But I've always looked heavier than I am,
yeah, yeah, for
so
sure.
I might hopefully not look like a fucking twig on stage. I might actually still be able to hold some form of um some form of presence on stage. That's the word. You know, hopefully the posing, the way we, and this is what so many people forget, right? So many people fuck this up when it comes to the posing. I've got posing that I've got to work on, but I'm fantastic at hitting the ones I'm really good at fucking hitting. And as soon as I hit those, and I hit them, right, mm, specific poses, it's really hard to beat me on. There are some
Mm,
poses that
yeah, yeah.
I'm getting wiped on, guys. I'm getting absolutely fucking murdered on. Back double, back flat, kill me. Yeah, I'm done, probably, unless I fix it, and I've got time to fix it. But I will go side chest with anyone in stage condition every game.
Yeah, yeah,
So as much as I might be off the weight cap, I I still want to make sure I have some presence on that stage. I'm confident I will have good presence on that stage, but mass will probably still be my issue. Those extra 5, 6, 7 pounds that I'm going to need to get close to that cap, yeah, that will be the
yeah,
issue.
yeah, yeah. That it's a game of time as well, mate. You know, you last competed in 2024, so it'll be 2 years by the time you get to stage. So 18 months off
Mm.
season assisted. Yeah, you'll be fine, man. We're gonna be in a good spot. Yeah, and obviously for myself as well, since the last podcast, or just before that, I can't remember when, but I've just wrapped up like 2.5 weeks now of a pre-prep diet. Gonna do 4 in total, so body weight's down like 14 pounds, so it's absolutely flying off, and it seems to just be
Skinny
coming off.
bitch.
Yeah, yeah, mate. I was under 210 pounds today. First, like that's fucking wild. um, yeah,
Fuck.
it wouldn't shock me if we get to like 205. 203 to 205, which would be
Mm.
a really cool look because I like the look where I am right now. Like my waist has come in quite quickly, which is cool to see, which obviously just improves the silhouette of the physique. And I think what I'm seeing now is actually a lot. When I was natural, I didn't have the best of shape. I had some good body parts, but I didn't have the best of shape. But I think with the improvements to my upper, shapers, I look quite shapely for an open bodybuilder now, which is cool to see. It's new.
Yeah, I think tearing your quad came at a good time as well because it stopped you making any more leg gain, so your upper body had a bit more time to catch up.
Yeah, yeah. Thank God for that.
I think God sent that as a blessing. I think he thought, well, this sucker's not calming down on leg training. Right, I'm going to take the fucker's quad out. Here we
I'm
go.
going to take this into my own hands.
By the power of God.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers, Lord. Yeah, so no, things are moving well, man. Like really training's still progressing nicely. Like it's really cool actually. I have been a little hungry like throughout the day. Nothing crazy obviously because it's 2.5 weeks, but it's actually really nice because obviously I've been in a push-up phase for more or less like 3 years. So it's nice to be like a little hungry.
I'm always
Most people
hungry.
might find that strange. That's
I'm
good though,
always hungry.
mate. That's good. Being hungry in a gaining phase is underrated for sure. So yeah, that's our update, mate. Do you have anything else
I
to add,
love
bro?
Pringles. I love Pringles.
I love Pringles. You're like Brick Tamlin from Anchorman. I love lamp. Oh my god, I'm just gonna call you Brick. I'm just gonna call you Brick.
Bring out some talents, mind. Remember, you had a couple of little talents.
Yeah, yeah, mate. Here's underneath. We'll put a poll, or people can just answer. Who's more autistic, Brick Tamlin from Anchorman or Morgan Phillips? Oh, class. So,
I
mate,
think I broke myself
I think,
too.
oh, it's close for sure, man.
It's fucking close.
So, mate, let's jump in with some questions. Oh, Morgan's gone and he's back. So I'll bust through these in the order they come through, man. So
Bust it
the
out,
first question
Josh.
I got, bust it out, bust a move.
Bust it.
Um,
Bust it.
what what are your guys' thoughts on the woke psalm epidemic?
Woke Psalm. Psalm.
Yeah, yes,
Woke
like
Psalm.
psalms.
But
I think they're
what do you mean
saying,
woke?
do you like when something's like people say woke? Like, I don't know, like being trans to me is like a woke thing. It's like woke nonsense.
That's a woke thing,
Um,
yeah.
um, I think they're
Psalm's
saying
gay.
this. I think they're saying psalms are
Psalm's
gay,
gay.
basically.
Psalm's a gay. Yeah, guys, there's no point paying double bubble for less than 10% of the benefits.
Yeah,
Simple.
yeah.
Right?
So
It's expensive and it doesn't work and there's no
yeah,
research and you're losing your Nike card anyway. So just do the real thing.
stay natty or jump on test. Easy as.
Personally, if you're too scared to make the jump and you think Psalms is like a good thing, just stay Natty until you've made a good decision, guys.
Yeah. So
Just don't. Yeah.
when someone sent that question in, I was thinking like no one takes psalms anymore. that was like 5 years ago, wasn't it? So I think this
You know what? They were
person's
massive in
yeah,
like 2017, 2018.
yeah.
Like
So
huge.
I think this person's actually probably they mean peptides. I assume because that's more current, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
that's the big thing at the minute.
yeah, so I can see why people would get peptides and SARMs actually mixed up, but they actually so there is a large difference between them. Bear with me a sec, mate. Someone's ringing the doorbell. I'll be right back.
I don't know if Josh's gonna edit this out, guys, but just gonna look at you all proper weird for fucking ignore it once he gets up again. It's just gonna make you all feel dead uncomfortable. Look how big this head is, bro. Massive head. Look at it. Come on.
Amazon, mate. Oh, shall I open it on the podcast?
Is he Chinese go for, man?
This could be anything, Phil. Imagine if this is like a double-ended dildo.
If anyone can guess in the comments.
It's a fucking. It's a scales to weigh salt. Fuck all, bro. That was disappointing. Sorry, everyone.
How many deliveries
Anyway,
are you waiting for? How many different things could that have been, Josh?
no comment.
Are you one of those? Are you one of those Mr. like people that have like 20 Amazon orders on the go?
No. This is just because my scales is a nightmare for like salt, so I've been wanting that for a while. Yeah. So
peptide, SARMs.
Back to SARMs and peptides. So, I think this person, this was a anonymous question, but I think they probably just confused peptides with SARMs because I don't think anyone uses SARMs now, and peptides are more kind of a hot topic. So they do actually differ in like chemical structure. I've done loads of research on peptides recently. So SARMs are obviously synthetic compounds that attach to androgen receptors. So they're similar in a sense to like androgens, as in your testosterone trends,
Selective
so on and so
androgen
forth.
receptor modulators.
Yeah, exactly. So peptides then are actually short chain amino acids, which are basically just what your body already produces. So it actually then gives the body a signal to release hormones. So instead of adding in exogenous hormones, you actually send in signals to release hormones. So yeah, they are different, but I do think the fixation on peptides at the moment is super fucking annoying, even though I am using one.
Yeah, I'm using one too. I'm using BBC 157. It's just a little recovery one, guys. Just a little recovery one. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
You know.
So
But
I'm actually using MOTC at the moment. Just basically to give it a try, man, for anecdotal experience. Because, and from my kind of research and people I've spoken to in the know, it seems like one of the most impactful ones, and it's quite tailored to me. So it's very good for insulin sensitivity and like driving fat loss as well via insulin sensitivity and your body becoming metabolically more efficient. So yeah, for me, it's going to be a benefit because
it's also more effective if you're under, 5'2". I've heard way more beneficial.
that is true.
If you're under
Yeah.
5'2".
It's like 68.4% more effective.
Yeah, literally. Research, guys. Just go check it out.
And every inch you're under 5'2", it becomes like 7.4% more effective.
Yeah. I saw they did a big group research project on that. I saw.
bunch of reps in reserve gremlins doing it. Okay, so I got another gear question.
On the whole peptide thing. Like,
go on then, hit me.
One thing I will say, guys, if you know competitive desire, please change your lifestyle first. Please, if there's room for improvement in your lifestyle, your day-to-day, and the small percentages that you can make up, please do that before doing anything that you do not need to do.
Yeah,
please.
100%. Well, it's focused on the lowest hanging fruit, isn't it? And the lowest hanging fruit for most people is going to be nailing nutrition consistently, nailing their expenditure consistently, learning how to actually fucking train, and just stringing together consistent weeks and sleeping well, hydrating. Like, If you can't do all that, you shouldn't really be thinking about any exogenous peptides, hormones, even
Absolutely not.
SARMs. Um,
Exactly.
so
Normies don't need it.
another question, bro. I had two gear questions, so I thought we'd just bang them out together. So, just transitioned from natural to enhanced after bloods revealed the test levels of a 70-year-old. In brackets, I'm almost 40. Conservative approach so far with 150 meg of test. Bloods run again in 6 weeks, if all good. Slowly increase test before considering a DHT derivative. This is a straightforward answer. So I don't know who this guy is. It's the what's called the not gonna lie anonymous questions. He
Oh
sounds
yeah.
like he knows. He sounds like he knows what he's doing. What I would do from here and what I do with any client that's going through their kind of first exposure to androgens, start at TRT, which he has, and then over kind of like a 30-week period, I would start slowly escalating. So you might go from 150 to 200 or 150 to 180 or to 210, and make small jumps up. You want to make small jumps up because what we're looking to do here in your first exposure to PEDs is we're looking to find your maximum tolerance to testosterone without converting extra estrogen for negative effects. And this will be different for everyone. I've seen people at 200 meg not being able to handle it. And I've seen people get to 500-600 meg and being absolutely fine as well. So it's a level of individuality. But I would just work up your test until you find your highest tolerable dose. And do this over a 30-week period. I would get like an AI on hand, so something like an aromasin is going to be really beneficial. But once you find that number, that's where you kind of build off your cycles. So when you go into another health phase, then do your blood work, assess. You can then, if you want to do a cycle after that, like a true cycle, you can then look to maybe think, okay, my maximum tolerable dose for most seems to be around 300. So I'll do 300 and I'll do like 150 meg of a DHT derivative on top. Simple as.
Yeah.
Anything to add there, mate?
All I would add, depending on your goals, whether you actually need to turn it into a cycle.
Mate, that's
As
very well done. I just went
as
purely
crazy as that
scientific and you went
sounds.
logical.
Now I don't know who's asked this question.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you doing it
anonymous,
because your
man.
test was yeah? If you're doing it because your test is that of a 70-year-old, but you have no business in cycling or looking like a freak or competing in bodybuilding, then I don't see the need for you to be slowly driving it up and then adding in little bits and bobs when you seem appropriate,
Excuse
because
me.
it now sounds like you're turning that into a cycle. And was that the initial intent, or are you using your low testosterone as an excuse to run a cycle and claim that you're doing it because your test was low? If you're doing it because your test was low, then you should be using enough to put your test into the higher range of, you know,
Physiological, natural. Yeah.
regular physiological zones. You don't need to go super physiological if you're
Yeah.
doing it purely because your testosterone came back of that of a 70-year-old. So if you are watching this, whoever asked this, take a moment to consider what you're doing, why you're doing it, the reason, the actual moral. Because if you do decide to go cycle style with it, you're going to have more health complications. You're going to have to health phase, like I'm currently doing. You're going to have to think a lot more about this, and you're going to be getting your bloods done a lot more regular now as well,
Mm.
as you should be done anyway. But if you're doing it just because your test was low, then do enough to get your test where it should be and
Yeah. Yeah.
call it there. That's my advice.
Mm.
It was just the way I heard that question. Of just, it was the way they
Yeah.
mentioned I've got the test of a 70-year-old. There's no reason to be running anything crazy just because your test is of that of a
Yeah.
70-year-old.
Yeah.
Let's get it into a good zone and let's just hold it there, man. You'll make progress there. You'll make good
Oh, yeah.
long-term progress without
100%.
any side effects. That's my
Mate,
take.
I think that's a really good take, man. And to obviously kind of add on to your take. So this guy, I think, he's already started with 150 meg test. So he's made that decision. Now, people who are kind of sitting on the fence about this decision, you can also incredibly improve your testosterone score via lifestyle changes as well. Getting leaner, improving your sleep, improving your hydration, improving quality of nutrition, improving stress management, training fucking hard and building muscle. Like, so there's also that route as well, which I think I should
100%.
add in because I went straight into like cycles getting massive.
Fucking lunatic, Joshua.
I just want everyone to be massive, bro. That's all I want.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, so here we go. So, best advice for someone prepping themselves. What's a game changer? Keep it up. I love the podcast. Nice.
If I'm honest with you, don't prep yourself, but if you're doing it regardless of what I say, then the best advice is well, getting a second pair of eyes would be, not
Mm,
prepping yourself. My best advice to you is if you're going to be prepping yourself, please, it's so important you don't be kind to yourself. Say, oh, I think I'm running flat. I need another fucking
mm,
refeed. And all right,
yeah, yeah.
I think people that prep themselves, a lot of people that prep themselves don't come to stage in condition. Very few, right? And
It's
I
one
see it every
extreme or
year
the other, isn't
actually.
it?
Yeah,
Mm,
it's one extreme or the other.
yeah,
If I prepped myself, I'd bury myself.
yeah, yeah,
I'd
yeah, yeah. You'd
absolutely
look
bury
like
myself. And Josh pulled me back.
Christian Bale in The Machinist.
But I would argue it's more common for people that are prepping themselves to be too kind to themselves, too soft on themselves in
Yeah,
something that needs to be extreme, right? If you
yeah,
are prepping yourself, okay, be bloody honest with yourself. Just because you're
yeah,
feeling a little low that day, right, doesn't mean you get a refeed or a deload or whatever it fucking is, right? The reason for having a coach is so they can tell you to do the things you have to do, not the things you want to do,
yeah,
right? If you're prepping yourself, you need to separate logic from emotion. You
mm,
need to do this,
yeah. I
okay?
agree.
If you fail this, you will have failed your prep.
Mm,
And personally, my actual advice to you is to go seek a coach, please. Please. If you're
yeah.
putting a question in this question box, you're probably not Chris Bumstead. I don't think Chris Bumstead put a question box in Josh's question. So my chances are you're less experienced than I or Josh if you're asking Josh a question. No disrespect, you might have way more experience than us. And you might just value our opinion, and that's absolutely fine. But I don't think me or Josh should be prepping ourselves.
No, no. It's
I
it's it's
wouldn't say we
something
have
I'll
enough
do.
experience to do that. Not yet.
It's something
Anyway, I
it's
wouldn't prep
something I'll
myself.
do. It's something I'll do in the future, but
Hmm.
not right now. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would argue
It's
whoever's asking this question needs a coach.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree, man. What I will say, if you are going to prep yourself and your headset on doing that, two things I would look to do. One, create a structure. So actually have a set of variables you track. So you're not just, again, like Morgan said, going off emotion, you're going off logic, you're going off data. Check in with yourself once, twice a week with photos. Actually send them to yourself and go through them and assess them. You might not have any clients, the person who asks this question, but treat this. Everyone knows what a check-in process looks like these days. Go through that check-in process, add structure to your prep. And number two, this is the advice I give to any coaches going through a prep or people prepping themselves. The one thing you cannot buy back in prep is fucking time. You can add in food later on. So go hard early, be assertive, get your fucking foot down because you have more fat to lose than you think. And people run out of time in a prep because they're not assertive enough. The best preps I've done, I've got guys ready early and then we can add fucking food in. You cannot buy back time.
One thing I'm going to add to this, if you do watch this video, Mr. Whoever asked the question, um, if you would like one or two little tips or how to structure yourself, please feel free to drop me a DM. That is absolutely fine.
Mm.
And I'll happily, seeing as you're going to be prepping yourself, I'll happily drop in a couple of valuable pieces that might be really important to you. That's at Morgans with a double G and a Z. If you
Hope,
if you want a bit of advice, a bit of structure, just pop me a message. I'll be more than happy to assess your situation for you.
Mate,
It's a good act for the
hopefully they
day.
see that because
There we go.
yeah, mate. Hopefully they see that because that's an incredible offer. Um, hopefully they'll see that. Here we go, man. This is a fun question. I think I could probably guess the answer. If you could steal a body part from one another, what would it be?
I'd probably steal your chest.
Mate, you'd be better off stealing my wife's chest.
Fucking hell. Cock?
Oh.
No, I'm joking. Legs.
Cock is the correct answer. Well done, sir.
I would be stealing Josh's quads, and I don't think anyone is shocked at this. I don't think anyone. You know what? There's very
No.
few people in the amateur game that probably would say no to Josh's quads. If I'm honest, it's a few. It's a few, right? Yeah,
So yeah,
hmm.
I thought you'd say quads. Vice versa, I'd take your arms. I think your arms on my physique would be pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
dick on your
that'd be
physique
sick.
wouldn't work though, would it?
No, I'd look like yeah, I'd look like an action man, flat at the front, smooth.
It was
Oh.
the 7 grams, wasn't it, Josh? It was the 7 grams.
Oh, unfortunately, there's no peptide to increase your dick size, mate.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I thought that was straightforward. I'd either go your
Oh,
chest to arms. Um, I just feel like arms would level up my physique like even more um,
yeah,
than chest. But anyway,
fair.
yeah, if I could take both, I would take chest and arms for sure. Yeah, fuck it. Um, Here we go, man. How to maximize morning training. I've been doing it 6 weeks and performance is hit and miss. I'll let you lead with that, bro.
Okay, the first thing we need to think about, and I actually put the story up early today about.
Whilst you're doing that, bro, I'm gonna go for a piss. I am listening, and I'll be right
All right,
back. So
all right. You can probably talk from pissing because there's a mic on your headphones.
no, I use a separate mic.
Ah, fair. So if you're a morning gym goer and it's hit and miss, right? The most important things that I would argue, there are 3 really important things that we need to focus on here. And I'm going to do it in chronological order. Your meal the night before, right? Your meal the night before needs to be substantial enough, slow release carbohydrates, right, to carry you through your session. Because chances are, if you train in the morning, you're you're getting one meal in before your workout. Yes, which is your pre-workout meal, but that needs to be backed up by a good final meal the night before. That's very important to have a substantial feed the night before, and that needs to remain consistent. Next in chronological order, your sleep, right? Chances are you're training proper early if you're this morning gym goer. I'm assuming you start 9 at work at 9 or something like that. This is just an assumption. Um,
That's fair.
I
Yeah.
could be very wrong. Your sleep, lock it in.
Mm,
Lock it in.
yeah.
Turn your screens off an hour before bed, right? Get some blue light blockers if you have to work from your phone or something, right? All screens off an hour before bed. And then finally, your morning hydration.
Mm.
So motherfucking important, especially if
I
you're
think
early.
that's
Sometimes I train really early, and that hydration is just as important as my pre-workout meal and the meal I had the night before, right? If
mate.
that's met, if
It's more
I miss
important.
that,
Yeah.
I'm screwed.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. It's
screwed.
more
So
important.
it's the night before meal, substantial slow release carbohydrate, get a fucking bed, and then first thing you do when you wake up, get 500 milliliters to a liter. I'd say a liter, right? Especially if you're a bloke that's more than 150 pounds. Okay,
Yeah.
get a liter of fucking
I
water in you.
a
I
little bit
get
of
2 in
salt
me
as well.
personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, chuck that in your pre-workout meal. Your pre-workout meal,
Yeah.
load that
Yeah.
fucker up with salt. Okay, get. I personally get 2 liters in before I train every session,
Yeah.
regardless what
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
it is. Right, we need to
Yeah.
get the electrolyte balance going. We need your cognitive function going.
Yeah.
Right, we need to wake up your metabolism. Okay, we need to get, your digestion moving a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, which works in hand with the metabolism, kickstarting your day. So I tried to put a story about this earlier, in fact.
Yeah,
But yeah,
good dose of
that's my
caffeine
true
as well.
test.
It's good, like as an
Yeah,
extra.
bit of Jack
To be honest,
3D.
mate, yeah, you've covered everything there, mate. Really, really well. Yeah, spawn. That's the key. And so to add to this, not so much add anything because you fucking nailed that, mate. Like you could sell that for money,
Oh,
bro. It
thank you
was
very
mega.
much.
We'll put your
No
PayPal in
one,
at the end, and people can send
no
you
one likes
information.
it.
So, bro, if I have a client who can either train early in the morning or like late in the day, I would always suggest early in the morning because that is always a consistent foundation to attack your day. The amount of people, and I used to do this when I was younger, if I would try train in the morning, sometimes I would oversleep, like when I was young. So I'd train after work, and I'd be going to work at like 8, up till about 7 p.m. Then I go train like 8 p.m. And you just don't want to be there. If you've had a bad day, you let that day impact your training session. So personally, I think as well, waking up and doing something that's for you, that contributes to your goals and starting the day on the front foot. I say this all the time. I think it's so fucking important, man.
Absolutely.
Mate, you nailed that. That was really good. Here we go. This wasn't a question, but I just wanted to bring it up after a conversation we had the other day. Are you ready?
Go for it.
I'm going to need you to physically brace yourself, mate. And remember, you've taken an oath, unknowingly, you've taken an oath on this podcast to answer any questions. What's your list of women?
Number one, my girlfriend. Number two, my girlfriend. Number three, my beloved girlfriend, whom I love so
Legend.
much. Whom I love so much. She's my
So,
entire life and my entire world. I love nothing more in this world than my beloved girlfriend. Now,
so
if you
me
ask
and
this
Morgan.
question, I ask you not to ask this again for my safety. It
So
is the
me and
one
Morgan were
thing she
chatting
will
the other
not
day.
allow me to answer because the only answer is my beloved girlfriend.
I can't remember. We were chatting the other day, and I think I brought up that like she's on my list. It was like Margot Robbie or something. She's on my list. And every person in a relationship has that list of
Who
people
is
you're allowed to
Margot
sleep with.
Robbie?
No.
Who is she?
Very good.
I only know Em.
Well done,
I
mate.
love Em.
So,
I love Em so much. She makes me happy.
um, so yeah, basically, I just wanted to bring that up to like make Morgan look like an absolute simp.
Josh been messaging me terrible things, right? About I love Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie's so fit. Margot beautiful. I love Margot. Right, I'm like, Josh, just drop her a message then, bro.
Drop her an Instagram direct message. I'll just send her a picture of my quads.
In all seriousness, I have the best girlfriend in the world and I love her so much.
We'll move on from that question. I just wanted to make Morgan feel uncomfortable. I didn't actually care for an answer. Um,
I'm not uncomfortable in the
yeah.
slightest. I'm very secure in my relationship status with Emily.
Very good, mate. So
I
here we
didn't
go,
say that
mate.
like a wanker. It's not Emily. It's not like that. Her name is actually Emma Lee, by the way. I'm not fucking HS Tiki Toki.
Mate, I only found out who that was last week.
Oh, did you watch it?
Is it the manosphere?
The manosphere.
Oh my god, mate! What the fuck?
Th-
I didn't.
This
Like,
is
we've
content.
actually
This
got,
is content right here.
mate. We've got a question about it. Someone asked him what's our opinion on it.
Go for it.
Um,
I'm just moving slightly to charge this motherfucking phone at the same time. But it's all good, guys. We're going on an adventure.
oh, we're going on an adventure.
We're going on
That
a fucking
reminds me of
adventure. We're going on an adventure
Lord of
to
the
the plug
Rings.
point. Let me
So
get my vape. Hang on. Before we go for an adventure, let me get my vape. Hang on.
yeah,
Get my
so
vape.
I watched the Manosphere with my wife. Now I'm quite an old fashioned man in terms of like not so much I believe women and men should have equal rights, but I believe men should be certain things. And that doesn't reflect on women whatsoever. I feel a man should be protective of the people close to him. He should look to provide. Doesn't mean a woman can't provide as well. He should be strong. He should be like stoic at times. You should be able to protect when needed, and so on and so forth. So I have quite strong opinions on what a man should be. So I thought the manosphere was going to be similar to my views because I knew nothing about it. I didn't know who HS, TikTok, fucking gibberish is,
I
or
heard of him.
anyone.
I heard of him.
I didn't know anyone on that pod. I've heard of Andrew Tate. He wasn't actually on there. I've heard of Andrew Tate, and I just flicked through his stuff because he's a fucking moron. But I thought the manosphere was going to be kind of built around like something similar to my views, but I didn't realize it was like extreme and just what's the word?
Dangerous.
What? Sexist.
Fucking
sexist,
dangerous.
misogynist, dangerous. Yeah.
Scammy. Scam artists, man. Fucking scam artists getting in the brain of little 13-year-old boys. It's dangerous, man. And I'm very much a man's man. I really am. I believe in we actually have very similar principles. We're very similar with that, 100%. Actually. 100%. I'd like to call myself a bit old-fashioned. I really would,
Same here. Yeah.
But this program, I'm assuming a lot of you've seen it because it is really popular. Now, some of these men, right, they are actually the absolute opposite to what men should be. They are not men. They are insecure boys.
Yep. Agreed.
I've never seen such. I mean, there was this one scene in it actually that really just told me a lot. There was this one scene, and like I said, I hope a lot of you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, I really recommend you go watch it. It's on Netflix, guys. Okay, Louis Theroux, The Manosphere, and Louis, by the way, does a fantastic job. But this one scene, HS Tiki Toki Harrison something. Pulls himself away from a little shindig or whatnot, and Louis goes after. And it's him and his mates, and they have pretended to be a girl to meet some bloke somewhere. And this bloke turns up, and they just beat him up. They just beat him up because it's funny. Yeah. Because it's funny. Now, if these are the people, now, you know what? I hope there's a younger audience watching this right now. If these are people that you have ever watched their videos and thought, oh, they're funny, right? You need to wise up, and you need to get things straight in your head, and you need to think about how real life works, right? Because what they're living is not real life. They're living a scam life, right? And yes, their luck has run out. Look, their luck was inevitable to run out. Okay, people are starting to see them for who they really are. If you're someone that thinks this behavior is even in the slightest acceptable, I suggest you take a look at yourself and why you feel the need to be such a wanker. Sorry, yeah. Simple as that.
No,
I was really disgusted, actually. Yeah. I was rather disturbed with the documentary. Me and Em watched it together, and she actually asked me at one point, you don't agree with any of this, do you? Like, seriously, actually, if I agreed with any of it, like, and we've been together 3 years, so she knows my beliefs on it. I said, I don't think I've ever been so disturbed by a documentary that I've seen. Genuinely.
I was shocked in the sense of like this shit's happening. Like these people exist because they're almost like caricatures of themselves. Like it, I don't know. I don't personally believe they actually feel this way.
An authentic bollocks in my life.
Yeah. It's the I think Louis Theroux touches on it. It's basically just saying extremist things just for a response. It's that kind of rage bait society, which it's ridiculous. It's pathetic, isn't it? But yeah, young men should not be watching that. That's not what a strong man is. That's, as you said, that's the opposite of a strong man. A strong man does not put other people down to elevate themselves. A strong man,
I think it was
a strong man to me is someone like, have you ever seen the picture of like, I think there's a gap between like, say, two mountains. And it shows like what some people think a strong man is a man putting people down to create a bridge to get over. But it says what a strong man really is creating the bridge using himself to let others go over.
Of course.
And
absolutely.
To me, that fucking nails it. But yeah,
what was the ginger guy called, Josh, on there? The American,
I can't remember his
the
name.
Miami-based
He
guy.
had the
Yeah.
wife and kids. Yeah, yeah.
Well, there was at some point it was
I can't remember
yeah.
anyone's names.
At some point, obviously he's linked with the Tates, by the way, people. The Tates turned down going on this documentary, Andrew specifically, saying it was irrelevant, but Louis Theroux was irrelevant, which was quite ironic because then actually Louis Theroux went above on popularity as far as like Google top hit searches go or something after this documentary. Anyway, the
Yeah,
ginger guy
yeah, yeah.
works with them, and they've got some platform where they sell programs to young men to become like them effectively, pretty much, and break out the matrix. Which is quite funny because Andrew Tate actually is supported by Donald Trump, so breaking out the matrix is a little bit bullshitty there if he's got things for the American president, because if we're talking about a matrix or anything like that, why the fuck are you doing business with the president? I thought you broke out the system, mate. Whatever. Bollocks. Wanker. Anyway, this ginger guy touches on how they sell to like 13-year-olds. And that's disgusting. And you've got to remember these young
Yeah,
men, they're developing, right? So they're vulnerable, they're naive. If if you tell a 13-year-old, I will make you rich, if you do as I say, I will make you the most successful man you could imagine. If you do everything that I say, and these young men will do it because they're naive. They're not mentally
yeah, yeah.
there. Their frontal cortex is not developed, right? That develops when you get to 25, people, right? Um, these young men are vulnerable and naive, and this content is dangerous. And we live in a dangerous age of social media. We really do. And this is the sort of thing that government should be looking at locking down on, not from a shutting down free speech or anything like that, because free speech is important. But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
stuff is outright dangerous.
It is really tough though, isn't it? Because well, actually, because a lot of it's not hate speech, so it's difficult to shut it down in terms of freedom of speech. But
Mm.
do you remember at the end of the documentary, and I don't know how it came in, but they started blaming Jewish people for everything, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh,
Where's
the
the association here?
anti-Semitism. Well, the
Yeah, I was
association
like, what
is,
does that
I can
have to
actually
do?
explain a little bit. I
Like,
can explain a little bit.
if you have views on like misogyny, fair enough, but like, I was like, where the fuck does that come
You know where it comes in?
in?
So obviously I love my politics and all this. This is something I'd like to say I'm clued up on, guys, sort of politics and lunatics and things like that. A lot of the people that break out of this matrix, this controlled world, and enter the free world as such with their thoughts, etc. They believe it's the Jews that run the world and the Jews are money grabbers. I feel it's disgusting saying this. And that, yeah, right. Effectively, everything's been orchestrated
Well,
by them.
everyone's heard those phrases, haven't they? You know,
Yeah, and a lot of them are believers in that um,
mm.
sort of methodology. Is it? Not methodology, ideology. A lot of people are
Yeah,
believers in that
yes,
ideology. They really are. And
yeah, thought
I think it's
process,
dangerous.
yeah, ideology, yeah.
I think it's extremely dangerous. Here we go. Yeah, I was making a point. Probably time to
Mate,
wrap that point up.
I think the Jewish
Yeah,
people kicked you off the podcast.
I think they did. Yeah, the
you
ideology is
know,
dangerous, guys.
he knows too much. Yeah, it's bonkers,
The
man.
ideology is dangerous. It's if if you didn't watch that documentary and realize that these guys are just straight up fucking lunatic arseholes, then I think you're a lunatic arsehole.
They're fucking idiots, mate. And
They're
they'll
not
portray
men.
themselves as like, no, they'll portray themselves as the ideal man, but yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I I just think of it like this. If you had a daughter, would you want her marrying someone like that? Would you fuck? And I think that's a good way to judge yourself as a man.
I think I'd kill him.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, man, let's move on because we could go on that for days.
Ooh.
Here's a good one. Here's a good one. This probably splits the fitness industry, and there's a lot of caveats. macros or meal plan, which is superior? It's
Superior is the
it's
wrong thing to
such a
say.
it's such a loaded question. It's
Um, if you're looking to be competitive in any nature, then your option is only macro, in my opinion. Sorry, meal plan. Meal plan.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
gram
yeah,
for
yeah,
gram. If you're
yeah.
competitive, it's meal plan. Simple as that.
If you're a
You
bodybuilder,
can
meal
yeah, you
plan.
can
Yeah,
control variables easier. You could escalate, de-escalate calories and the macros within that meal
yeah,
plan a lot easier. If you're someone that
yeah,
wants flexibility and maybe to be doing more often calorie banking as such. So calorie banking, guys, is say you give yourself um let's say you give yourself 21,000 calories for the week. So you're averaging 3,000 calories a day, for example. You're a 22-year-old bloke doing leanish bulk, without any urgency to get massive, right? And let's say your slight calorie surplus lands you about 3,000 calories. So we're talking at 21,000 calories a week. Okay. You might actually realize that you got a big social on Saturday. Maybe you can have a couple of drinks. So you're just going to, move your macros about and lower your calories to 2,500 across Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to save yourself an extra
yep,
1,500 for Saturday. And that's fine. You can get away with that level of
yeah,
consistency when your goals are less urgent. But if you have an urgent goal, if you have big goals,
mm,
then you need to be able to control the
yeah.
variables a bit better, and more consistently day to day.
Mm,
That's what I would say
spot on,
personally.
man. Yeah, yes. I always say to people, like, your actions need to reflect your goals. And like you were saying, if you want to be a bodybuilder, go on stage, a meal plan is going to be more effective. It leads to less like decision fatigue. It leads to less like emotional eating coming into the plan as well and getting carried away.
Less
Um,
maths,
say that again.
less maths,
Less snacks, less yeah.
maths,
So, but
maths.
oh, less maths.
Fuck you hell.
I thought you said snacks. I was like, yeah. So yeah, it depends on the situation, depends on the client. I do think long term, everyone should learn to be able to have flexibility within their diet, even a bodybuilder in off season. Like for example, if your last meal is 1,000 calories, you can almost eat anything within reason if you control the quantities and the sources of food. Obviously, if you're a bodybuilder, you're going to want quality micronutrition as well. So just be mindful of that. But like, it's quite easily done, man. People
Yeah.
overthink this shit. It's really easy. I would
God, when I
suggest though,
retire from bodybuilding, it'll be fucking macros, baby. I tell you that.
yeah, I'll probably intuitively eat, man,
Yeah.
because like, so like my mother-in-law, man, is like mad at being able to look at food and like weigh it and like be
Mm.
very close to it. And we've often like been there and she's like, how much do you think this potato weighs? And like we'll both be like grams off or like dead on. It's fucking mad. So like, yeah, I think intuitive eating long term is probably the healthiest thing. But
Mm.
yeah, it depends on your goals, bro, doesn't it? My
100%.
my wife and baby have just arrived, so if you hear any crying, it's either the baby being the baby or it's the wife realizing that she's been married to me for 3 years and she's regretting all her choices.
Probably the latter.
Probably the latter. But I'm a dream to be married to. Come on.
Yeah, your
Um,
dream, Josh.
so yeah, let's jump into another one. Here we go, man. I think this is a good one because this kind of follows on from last week's chat. So, is it stronger to talk or not talk about your feelings? Loved last week's mental health chat. I think that's from the first podcast.
Ooh, it really depends.
Yeah.
Um, so let's go with the not strong. If you know, let's get an example here. So let's say y let's actually apply this to gym here, just for this one example of not strong, right? You missed a rep and you literally start crying like a little bitch to everyone. Done. No one's fucking hear it. What you should be doing, sorting your shit out, get the fuck up, go send the next set proper. Like you don't need to cry like a little bitch. right? When you've got some serious stuff going on, though, it can actually be hard to talk about it, you know? And it's a very brave thing to do to open up and talk about it. Oh
Look
my
who
God,
we have, man.
it's mini Josh.
It is, isn't it?
Let's see the quad stomp.
Look at the size of these legs, mate.
Oh my fucking God.
Look at that. Tank.
Now, she's going to be in
Mate, she
wellness,
loves
I'm
looking
telling
at
you.
herself.
Wellness all day long. All day long
Absolutely
wellness.
love it.
She'll have shit
Hopefully
arms
she'll.
and massive legs. Just like her
Just like
dad.
daddy. I'm doing my best, bro. I'm doing my best.
God, she must be fighting
Sorry,
by the
mate. I
size of my
interrupt.
head. You
Sorry,
know?
bro. I interrupted you there.
No, so, yeah, so long story short, if you're crying over the little things, you know, if you're crying about being hungry in prep, right, that doesn't make you strong. That makes you weak.
Mm.
Right? That makes you
Yeah,
weak.
yeah.
However, if something's happened, right, but you're actually scared to talk about it's that deep, then talking about it makes you strong.
Mm.
Simple as that.
Yep. Yeah.
I say it goes the opposite to how you feel. If you desperately want to talk about it, you know, it probably actually isn't a big deal. If you're scared to talk
Mm.
about it, then you ought to be
Mm.
more. Yeah, then it's
Yeah,
then
yeah.
that makes you strong to talk about. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it, man? Because like we don't want to go down the route of saying like if you talk about your feelings, you're a fucking pussy. I
No.
need to stop swearing in front of the baby. Yeah. um, obviously, we don't want to go down that route of like people not talking at all. But I feel like there's a medium ground, isn't it? Like this is a
Mm.
black or white binary question. Like there's a lot of grey area here. So I would say personally, like the little things that don't really impact your life or others, just shut up and fucking carry on. But like if you've got big stuff going on to the point, and it is person dependent. I'm someone that if I'm going to talk about something that's happened, I need to sit with it for a few days. I go quiet, and my wife will attest to this. She knows it before I
Oh
know it.
yeah,
I sit with
yeah,
it
I
for a
do
few
that
days
too.
and work everything out, and then I talk about it, and that
Yeah, I do
helps
that
me.
too.
Whereas some
Yeah.
people may need to talk about it straight away. So
No, I don't do that.
yeah. So I think it's person dependent, man, isn't it? But like I'm not a talker about most things, so like that's my natural inclination. Here we go, man. Here's a good question.
Oh
I'm
no.
dying to hear what you say for this.
The
Biggest
babies, yeah.
childhood trauma.
Biggest childhood trauma. Oh, you know what? Actually, I got a good story for you. Right. So we were living in a little place, close to Chepstow years back, right? Long time
Oh,
ago.
very
Long time
posh.
ago. No one would know where it is. It's right in the country where we were, right? And it was a converted farm. Sorry, converted barn, right? It was a decent, it was a country house, and we had this
Mm.
drive, right? And the shape of it, right? It was flat, and then it just dropped off and leveled off, right? And it went onto a main busy road, right?
Yeah.
Now my sister was driving a Ford KA at the time, like proper smashed up, right? She was a lot older than me. I was only like, it was in primary school, right? And I thought when she was leaving, right? I thought I'd race her down there on my bike, right?
A push bike,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, right. My Spider-Man one, my Spider-Man bike, right?
Spider Man.
Now you know those drives that got like two lanes for the wheels, and then a bit of grass down the middle, right? So it's going down on the stone part, right? You know what I'm saying? Like stone, right? I'm on this stoned part, this like really hard concrete, okay? And I didn't realize the brakes were gone on this bike. They were
Oh
gone, mate.
shit.
They were gone. Now there's enough acceleration here to send me flying into this main road, and nothing will stop me, right? I've somehow pulled on these handlebars so hard, the bike has gone underneath me, and I got over face first, no control, straight to my entire face, right, right, on this hard concreted floor. My face in bits, can't open my mouth, nothing. I looked in your half face as well. I looked like Batman, like half face off Batman, right? Oh my God, mate, it was
Oh,
terrible.
Harvey Dent, Two
Yeah,
Face, isn't it?
Harvey Dent. So
Yeah,
I was drinking and eating out of a straw for weeks on end. But the next day, right, I wanted to go to school because I thought, right, I couldn't even talk. Right? I wanted to go to school because I thought I looked so hard. I looked so hard. My mum was like, "You can't go to school looking like that. You'll scare people. Literally, like you'll scare people." So I go to school.
you'll
I'm all
disgrace
in the
the family.
playground, waiting. Yeah, we were waiting for the school bell to ring to call us all in to start our day. And I got pulled to the side by one teacher with a face like this. And she took me straight to the headmaster's office, right? And I got sent home for being too ugly to be at school.
That's fucking awesome. So that's your childhood trauma,
Mate, I never felt so ugly in my life.
mate.
I was like,
Your
this is
whole
discrimination.
story your whole story stinks of privilege.
I was so ugly, bro. I was too ugly for school.
Too ugly for school.
Yeah, that
Oh
hit me
shit.
deep for a long time, you know. I was worried when I got back, like my primary school girlfriend would have like left me for some other boy in the playground. I was like really worried. I was like, so I was off school for like two
Did she?
weeks. Whilst my whole thing scabbed up. My whole face was a scab, bro. I got back to school and no, yeah, she was, you know, playing tag with other boys. I was heartbroken, man.
The question is, did she leave you? Did she break up with you?
To be honest, mate, I was a bit of a primary school player, so it wasn't that deep. Let's face it.
Primary
Right?
school player.
You got like two cool boys in the class,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So it was me and my best mate Al, who's still my best mate to this day. We're best mates since 6th grade, right? We were the
So you
two cool
both
kids, man.
you both peaked in primary school.
I still go to my primary school reunion every year. It's just me and him, you know.
Just you two.
It's just me and him. We wear our school uniform and everything, you know. Things
That's
like the good
fucking
old
awesome.
days, you know.
Please tell me you don't go
Yeah,
back to the school because that'd be weird as fuck.
we just sort of stand outside the gates.
Proper non-worthy, like. Mate, that's
Fuck's
awesome.
sake. Go
So
on, give me your
childhood
childhood
trauma.
trauma. No more
Ooh,
stories,
I'm gonna
Josh.
give
No
you a.
more stories.
I'm gonna give you a good one here. The ending's not very good. People will
Oh
probably
God.
judge me for it. So I was bullied to fuck in school just by one kid, a guy called David. I won't say his last name.
I'd have bullied you. I'd 100% bullied you.
Well, I had a massive hearing problem when I was a kid as well. So I was a little bit
Oh,
behind in my speech, and I struggled. I struggled in classes.
I'd have
Fortunately,
bullied
then
you.
my
Oh, I'd have
my
bullied you
hearing
so
improved,
hard.
and I became smart as fuck. So it doesn't matter. So it all worked out well. Anyway, David used to bully. David used to bully the fuck out of me. Unfortunately, my oldest schoolmate, Batley, um, he basically protected me and scared David off. But like that was the only time I was ever bullied as a kid, like first, secondary, primary school, whatever. So it wasn't like a big issue. Um,
Mm.
the guy was in secondary school with me, and he just we never really talked. It was no issue. Like it didn't bother me seeing him. But when we were like 22, 23, I was going down to my local pub, and there was a wake there, and it was his wake. He killed himself, and someone told me, "Oh yeah, it's David, blah blah blahs," and I just went, "Huh,
Yeah.
that's funny." And the guy was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "He was a fucking horrible cunt. He bullied me in school. Good on him." And just left it there. I never felt guilty. Fuck him. He ended up,
Joshua.
mate, being a wrong un anyway. He was like a drug dealer, 4 kids, 4
Yeah.
mums, beat his partner up. scum of the earth, mate. So, I don't like seeing kids without their dads, but they're better off. They're better off, bro.
God's
So, yeah,
sake. Bloody
who's
hell.
laughing now? He's 6 foot under and I'm fucking massive, so have that, son.
He's 6 foot under and you're 5'2"
Evil
up.
as fuck.
Jesus
5'2" up. Yeah, so all good, bro. So, mate, I reckon we finish this off because it's obviously a big night tonight, isn't it? It's PSG Liverpool.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. What's your
Look at
score
that.
prediction, mate?
5-0 Liverpool.
What, in Paris?
6-0 Liverpool.
6 Liverpool. I don't understand that logic.
Yeah.
Is that a genuine scoreline?
No. We're going to lose 3-0.
Yeah, I was thinking like 4-1. Like we're
Ooh.
going to lose 4-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope I'm wrong, but
I
yeah,
hope
I'm not looking.
I hope I'm right with 6-0.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, really do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Slots out.
I think we'll leave it there,
Slots
mate.
out.
Yes, he's.
He's got to go now.
If we get hammered tonight, it wouldn't surprise me if next few days they make a change.
They do it then. I think it's already happening.
Yeah.
I think it's already happening anyway. I
Well,
think they're doing it behind the scenes.
apparently he's decided he's going to step down end of the season.
Oh. Fair enough.
From some reports I've seen from like quite, well-to-do writers involved in Liverpool.
Yeah.
But like he'll definitely be gone at the end of the season. It's just whether he makes it at this point.
Exactly.
Which is a shame because obviously last season was brilliant.
But did he just manage Jurgen Klopp's team last year?
To a degree, but he also improved it and he did make some good tweaks.
Yeah.
Your little things like just we controlled games a little bit better and we were flying till March when we won the league and then we just fell off a cliff there. I just don't think I think to be in charge of a big team, you need to have like a aura about you. And I just don't, he's probably a very good coach on the training ground and like tactically, he's obviously very astute, but I think to be a top coach, you need to be like Jurgen Klopp, Jose Mourinho, Sir Alex. You need that like aura about you. And I don't think he has it.
That's fair. That's fair. Right.
And should we love and leave everyone?
We'll love and leave. Much love,
Mate,
watchers.
Awesome. Yes, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Apparently that's a thing as well that I miss out.
Ring it.
And we'll catch you again.
Is that how it goes?